Opening tournament for your team this year in East Lansing. What are you looking forward to with your players?
Well, it's nice because this time around, the very first tournament, I know the players. We worked with them a lot last year. We have everybody returning from last year, so I'm just really looking forward to see how they've progressed compared to this time last year. The nice part of that is we had a qualifier this last weekend in some tough conditions, and I was very happy with the scores, so I'm going to be very curious to see how they play in a tournament.
Same roster this year. You do not have a freshman, but you have a lot of experience returning, even though they're not seniors mostly, but you have a lot of experience, so that has to help.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. You know, the thing that I've enjoyed about coaching is that the young ladies that we do have are willing to learn and listen, and they're coachable. So I think that's one of the reasons why we got better last spring.
I want to focus on three of those players that led you last year. Jackie's a senior. Eventually, I believe, is a junior, and Carmen, who was just a freshman last year.
Right.
What's it like to have those three players that at least you know from the year before you can rely on this year?
Right. Well, it's nice because, you know, when we have a qualifier, I know how their scores are typically going to be. The best part for me is I know the ins and outs of their games now. So when we are at a tournament, I have a pretty good idea when I need to help them or where they need help, and they're not afraid to ask for the help. I think that's the biggest thing, and they're leaders. So, you know, all the other girls on the team kind of watch them and see how they're practicing and what they're doing to practice.
I mentioned how they led you last year, but what do they need to do to take maybe that next step, those three? Or maybe not even those three. What does everybody have to do to take that next step?
Well, I think they definitely, and they all know this, they have to get better around the greens. They got to get better with their short games, and they have to get better with their putting. And the nice thing is now at our practices, that's the first thing we do is chipping and putting. Typically, we don't go to the driving range unless somebody has something they really want to work on that day, but all of our practice drills are built around chipping and putting so that they're practicing that the most at practice.
Every sport has a long off season. Golf is the same as that. What do you want them to work on in that off season as a coach?
Well, the nice thing is most of the girls were here this summer, so it's nice for the NCAA rules that we can actually work with them if they ask us. So they were asking us for a lot of help this summer. Just you know, everybody has weaknesses in their games, and I think that the most important thing for them and what a lot of them did this summer is they worked on that. And again, it comes back to the chipping and the putting. Plus, they competed, so they still have that competitive edge.
Let me get back real quick to the opening tournament in East Lansing. Most Big Ten teams, I think, are going to be there. Is there any team that you're looking forward to seeing? Obviously, you get a look ahead of what Big Tens will be like.
Right. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing a lot of the Big Ten teams. I'm just looking forward to getting back to coaching because that's, to me, the most fun part of the job, and just helping these kids at a tournament and competing. I love to compete. The girls that are traveling love to compete, so it's going to be really fun to see them, again, compete as a team, not as individuals like I watched all summer.
Final question. In between, I think there's 4 tournaments in the fall, and in between there's a couple weeks, some of them between tournaments. I know that was by design. What do you plan to do in those 2 weeks to get ready for the next tournament?
Well, I found, especially last fall with the busy schedule that we had starting out, that it was difficult school-wise because academics is my priority here. So it helps the ones that are traveling on a regular basis get caught up in school. So, because if we leave back-to-back, it's really difficult with missing class, which is really the main reason that I did it. Plus, there's a lot of competition right now for a few of the spots, and that gives us a chance to see how the ones are progressing that are here and how the ones that are progressing on the road.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.